Hello, Internet, and welcome to the first full-length episode of Nobody Asked, because nobody asked for this, but I'm doing it anyways. I'm your host, Kaylee. If this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you stick around. If you're coming back from the little introductory episode, thank you so much. Today's topic is a really fun one. It's been circulating the news like crazy, and it is the TikTok ban in the US. I am an American, and we're about to lose TikTok if something doesn't change. So let's talk about it. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the episodes. All right. So little backstory on the TikTok ban. This is old news at this point. This has been talked about so freaking much in the past few years. Back in 2020, it almost got banned. Then throughout the years, it's been oh, we're going to ban it, but not right now. There are more important things. There are still more important things, but yet apparently it's getting banned. It is being banned on January 19th unless an American company buys it. Now, what they mean by banned is basically it won't be on the App Store, Google Play. It won't be on any of those kinds of platforms. If you already have the app, you'll still have it and you'll still be able to use it, but you won't get any of the updates or anything. So eventually it'll just become too outdated to actually use. That's how the ban works. Yeah, that's not great. I think there are, if I remember right, 170 million Americans on TikTok. So pretty big chunk of the country uses this app every day, and it's about to go bye-bye. The ban is set to go into place on January 19th, like I said, but it could be prevented before then. And that's where all the other perspectives come into play. There are three major POVs right now. You have the US government, you have ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok, and you have President-elect Trump. So those are the three big perspectives being pushed out right now. First, government. Government is claiming that ByteDance is connected to the Chinese government and that it's a national security concern. I also just realized how weird this looks, and I can fully put my arm lower. Doesn't have to be okay, whatever. ByteDance is claiming that banning the app violates the American users' First Amendment rights to free speech. And Trump is saying, I linked some articles in the description. I can't really pull them up and show them right now just with how my filming setup is. If you want to peruse that, go check out the description. There will be some articles linked there. What I can show you are some TikToks about the situation. So this first one is cut from a user named Shay, I think. I could be entirely wrong. This brings up a really interesting perspective about the whole ban that I think is worth noting.
If they wanted to ban TikTok, they would have been banned TikTok. But they don't want to ban TikTok. They want TikTok. The stipulation is not on January 19th, we're going to ban TikTok. The stipulation is on January 19th, we're going to ban TikTok unless it's sold to an American company. Because data is the new oil. Data is currency. Your data, my data, all of this data that we are constantly feeding these algorithms that make them better and better and make these companies richer and richer is so lucrative.
She's not far off. I mean, you think about our modern day and how we are so plugged in all the time. I mean, you look at my setup. I got a microphone here, which is connected to my iPad. I'm recording on my phone. You can't see it, but I have a freaking digital picture frame in my room. I have a laptop for school that was given to me by my school. All that fun stuff. We are constantly plugged in, which means we are outputting tons and tons and tons of data. And that data is valuable. You can learn so much about a certain person, a certain demographic, a certain region based on how people interact with these algorithms. That's kind of crazy. What age do we live in? People used to write letters, guys. Where are we at? Especially since TikTok is dominated by young people, a lot of Gen Z, millennials, Gen Alpha, which, oh my gosh, get the 10-year-olds off the app. What are we doing? We saw what happened in the Sephoras. So not only are you learning a lot about people, but you're learning a lot about young people, the people that will be running these countries and these businesses and just running the world. And they're already starting to. Gen Z, the oldest members of Gen Z are in their early to mid 20s. They're out in the world. They're finishing college. They're getting jobs. It's not that far off. It makes sense that companies would want to tap into that market, see what is interesting among young people. You know, data is valuable. This other TikTok is from a user by the name of Cheyenne Hunt, and she brought up another really, really good point. Take a listen.
Who stands to benefit if TikTok comes off the market? The biggest argument in favor of banning the app is that its parent company ByteDance is accountable to the Chinese government. But what I think is scary is the other options that we have, whether it be Instagram or Facebook or YouTube Shorts, Twitter, is that the unaccountable billionaires who own these platforms are accountable to no one but themselves.
So she is entirely right. I know I am guilty of it, of just sitting and doom scrolling on TikTok. And then I get bored of TikTok, I go to YouTube Shorts. That's like the next place I go. I really don't use Reels. Fun fact, I don't know why, but I just don't really watch a lot of Instagram Reels. The point is, people will inevitably move from TikTok to another platform. What other platform is that going to be? Well, they all seem to be owned by Zuckerberg. So, and these are people that, again, are accountable to themselves. So that data collection, that market is being brought to like one person and one entity. I don't know how I feel about that. The internet is a scary place, and I wouldn't put it past people and companies to use data in the wrong ways. It already has been in so many circumstances. I wouldn't put it past companies to keep doing it. Those are just some interesting perspectives on the outcome of the ban and why it seems like a bigger problem than a lot of people are playing it up to be, because a lot of people are just like, why are we so focused on the Renegade app? So many other things going on. And I agree. There are a lot of other things going on that deserve the attention more. Because let me tell you, with how long the app has been in play, with how long all of these apps have been in play, if our data is being collected, it's not just by TikTok. That's kind of where I stand on it, is it sucks, honestly. It's like, because yeah, it has definitely its downsides. You know, people's attention spans are shot, like they're gone. I'm guilty of that too. I've spent too much time on TikTok, and now my attention span is itty bitty. Short form videos, they give you the dopamine hit and you leave. Will I stop watching them? Probably not, but a ban probably would be okay in regards of getting people off of that algorithm specifically, and it's doom scrolling. But let's be so for real, they're probably just going to doom scroll on another platform, and then we're back to square one. Like Shay said, I don't know if it's so much about national security as much as it is where the data is going. That being said, who knows if it's even going to be banned, because the Supreme Court is hearing oral arguments on the case. I think they've blocked out like 2 hours for it on January 10th, 9 days before the ban is supposed to take effect, which is crazy to me, but okay. 2 weeks from now, we might still have TikTok or we might not. We'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Subscribe to the show and allow notifications so you never miss a new episode Wednesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Until next time, thank you for being here and God bless.